That might be. Hold up, y'all. Just wait. We gonna.
Watching an old person.
I'm 11, so shut the fuck up.
Don't lick my hand. What the fuck? Why did I do it? Because fuck the rule.
Oh, this nigga got me.
No, I don't get why I let my mom's boyfriend customize my character. It looks horrible. He screwed me up. It looks bad.
Let me go get my dog.
Like if you saw my DJ character, it looks horrible.
Alright, I'll open up my dog.
Remember to the trigger? Nope. Have to pull the fucking trigger? Yes. I'm gonna get the
Yeah, yeah, it's like playground. Oh no, I'm gonna play.
How would you that one thing?
Unequip your other pad, bro. That's the one. Okay.
That's the way I like it.
Alright, I'll turn off my pet. I'll get off this.
Oh, pull the trigger? Nope. I haven't told on my trigger? Yes. Are you trigger? Nope. I suck the this game? Yeah. No.
Hold on.
Thank you.
I'm ready to fight the guy.
Kevin, no, you can't do that invincibility stuff.
I'm not gonna do it. And if I do it, then y'all ain't gonna be able to kill the enemy. If I do, man, I could do invisibility stuff. What?
Have I told trigger? Nope.
Yo, how they hit like that?
Oh, it can't be. Who?
Yo, I'm Mr. Chaos.
The unhappy.
You don't get my
YMC. I'm pretty sure we sing that song so many times in my school.
That's a wild. Dude, I have automatic circuits.
I'm gonna pull the trigger. Oh, I'm gonna pull the trigger. Yeah. Okay, so the ring candy cane. I read candy canes. You can say nah.
That wasn't me. That wasn't me.
Shit. I'm alive. Suck it deep.
Oh.
I pull the trigger. No. Wait. I watch me nay. Okay. Watch me nay.
You bitch ass nigga.
You wanna play with me now? You wanna go?
No, please, Kevin, please, don't bring her. Please. The day I was please. Yo, don't mess around with that one that he had, Kevin, I do not influence like
This is a shakedown.
Watching an old person.
You know what? I'm gonna use my aim button.
Don't lick my hand. Why did I do it? Because fuck the rule. Watch me well. Watch me okay. Now watch me well. Watch me
I just RKO'd in I fell out the tree and in DJ 5 and I just landed on his freaking neck.
that. See how fast I can run? Watch this.
You ain't running no your character's abilities.
Seven prostitutes. This is a shakedown.
Watching an old person.
I'm 11, so shut the fuck up.
Don't lick my
Yo,
hand.
he got the cool against me.
Why did I do it? Because fuck the rule.
Whip. Oh, watch me nay. Okay, I'll watch me whip. Ooh, frankly, get his ass fell. boss man. What's funny? What's funny?
No, I can kill him. Y'all ready to see my aimbot? Y'all ready to see my aimbot? Watch
Watching
this.
an old person.
I'm a lemon, so shut the fuck up. Don't lick my hands.
No, don't leave, don't leave, don't leave, don't leave, don't leave.
Because fuck the rules.
Bro, I swear to God, this nigga wants to.
I got that heavy sniper in freaking DJI 5.
Bro, leave him alone.
I will. Don't learn yourself.
Okay, you
you
trying
know
to piss
what,
me
bro?
off?
You can't keep
I can see perfect.
That ass, huh, bro. I wish you could fiddle with that ass, but you ain't.
You know how I feel. Why would you say that?
It's your
Can you go
ability.
get such a helicopter? Well,
Kevin, can I see how much my hammer does on it?
I found a big dick, bud. That's right. A
These mines is funny as.
big dick.
when I was in the 3rd grade, I used to eat hay. Because people made fun of my big ass teeth, and I thought I was a horse, motherfucker. Listen, man, you gotta stop fucking random boys. You know what the law says? You must not be a slut. So stop fucking around. Yo, when I do hay, bro, you just slap her in there, and then she'd be like, oh, you did that, and then you hit her with that cheek bite.
Yo, this kid is OP. You're OP.
I found a big dick, bud.
This is so funny, bro.
That's right. A big ass dick.
When I was in the 3rd. I'm a lemon, so shut the fuck up. Don't lick my
Because
hand.
he is our
Why did I do it? Because fuck the rules. Nigga.
Hey, can I see my real quick?
What? I can't hear you. What?
Can you get out the arsenal so I can turn on?
This is a shakedown.
Watching an old person.
I'm good.
You guys suck at D,
Would you stop doing that before I come out and kill you?
You just got wrecked by a peanut butter.
Let the man get his kill. Deja vu, going into the sea. Deja vu.
Wait, hold on. What is this though? I never seen this.
It's lava.
Quickly go on.
Worked in the holy grail.
Deja vu.
You low, Kevin?
I can only use tier
Nah,
1
nah,
weapons.
nah.
Until I do them in 2. I do one more. Let's say this. No.
The fuck up. Don't lick my hand. What the fuck? Why did I do it? Because fuck the rules. Nigga. Watch me well. Kill it. Watch me nay. Okay. Now watch me well. Watch me nay.
Oh my god. Oh, if I forgot to put a blast on my nigga.
What are you gonna do, Doug?
That ass, huh, bro. I wish you could fiddle with that ass, but you ain't.
My dog is
Can you put me in
Bro, I swear to God. You do that way more.
Assemble.
I found a big dick, bud.
This is so freaking gay. I don't like it anymore. By the way, it is like.
Stop doing
Yo, I
Arsenal and kill you.
What you say?
I'm about to kill this nigga. This is gonna be in a fat. Stop being a fat. You're being a fat. Fat.
Good job, Doctor. Good job, Doctor. That's all.
Oh, this, and this.
Having trouble here.
I don't care. I can come outside here and stay a dog if I want to, but I don't feel like it.
I know you do. Stop
I
dogging me,
have
dog.
extraordinary power and yet I still can't
What
keep
was
up.
that?
This is sad. Yeah.
What?
Running around the world
What?
like a mother. God. God. Oh. Yeah. Backflip off the thing worked.
No ball. No ball.
Hey, hey.
No ball.
Huh.
No ball.
Huh.
What happened was
Huh.
I got no ball.
I'm back.
Huh.
Where I'm going.
Hey, hey. Huh. Huh. Huh.
Oh, you got
It's
stop.
another
Ah, that.
day.
Bro!
Say that dog.
Another day. Just another day. Don't kill me, I'm not playing. Just another day. Another I'm about to hurt my ass. I'm literally screwing up the match. Maybe I can stop working my body. You can't be Oh.
My God, that's impressive. Hey, how's it going? Grenade refraction.
Now, where did he go? What sword is that, Kevin?
It's a really expensive sword, let's just say. It's a really expensive. Yeah, I spend like, I don't know how much money I'm spending. So it's not a viable sword.
I'm a guy.
You can't buy it anymore.
If you want to buy it, just get ready. Maybe you should give up before you kick your ass. I'll walk in your ass. Yeah, you know it. Maybe you should stop trying to. That's another dirt. Maybe you should give up, stop sucking nut you, cause you're not. You're nothing. You're just retarded. You're just retarded. Maybe you should make die. Just another day. Day up. Maybe you should stop sucking on the friggin' roll. You are trash and you know it. You made me wanna go kill myself. You so trash. You get loads of sucking there. I cannot even try to play my game with you annoying me. You are so trash that this game is not funny. Maybe you should stop trying to be something you know. What?
You don't know how far.
Just another day. Oh, 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 oh. Just another day. Oh. There's another day. Laid up in the number. Beta.
Hey, I'm gonna let you get some screenshots now.
Who knows? I can probably shoot him. I can probably shoot him. Oh my god! I almost shot his foot in a ragdoll. That'll make me a DJ god.
Stand right there.
That's another day. Paid up. My man's mouth is bloody. I'm not playing. Looks like he's been in course fist. I'm not playing.
Kevin, kill him. Go, Kevin.
Oh my god!
I'm a ghost.
I ragdolled and shot him. I'm a DTA god. Respect me. Respect me! I shot him in midair in a ragdoll precision. None of you can do that. I bet you couldn't. I bet. I'm a DTA god. Respect me. Learn. Yeah, but you can't do it that much as me. I did it 6 times. Just another day. Just another day up. I like how I keep doing I'm a DGA god, you're nothing compared to me. Maybe you should give up and stop trying to be something. You are retarded. You make me wanna vomit. You so stupid, so funny, I don't get it. I can't rap, I know that. And yet I still try to. What's the point? Shit! Just another day. Yeet! 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 Buzz and buddy big. Suck a dirt! Hi! Hi! Hi!
I told you I am a ghost. You can't kill a ghost. You cannot kill a ghost.
Get curve stomped!
I'm telling you, I'm not kill a ghost.
Don't make me black in slow mo.
Oh, it's not letting me change my weapon. What? Hold on, can we restart this real quick? Because, like, hold on. We need to, because it's not letting me change my weapon. I could, no, I can only, use my primary weapon.
That was so funny.
Offer.
Boy.
Every time when I started that way, you got me
Who?
I have eyes on the target.
The friendly fire is not even on.
You don't buy them.
Level 10 is where you get your
360, no,
life.
go get 360, no, go get 360, no. No. Do it, team.
Is that my dog? How we get my dog?
No, only click your dog, bro. Nobody got time to do that. Bro, you click it, bro.
Mom, have you brought me any food? What do you mean? No! Please, fine, I'll get off the game. But not get off,
Come here.
What the?
Come here. Turn on.
No, wait a minute, I didn't mean to turn it off.
Turn that shit down.
Fine, I'll turn it down.
Go put Dante's charger back in his room. Why didn't you put your clothes away? Turn that shit down.
Ow.
Why you got it so loud?
I don't know. Plus it's their mic.
Come here. Come here.
Not mine specifically.
Get that up. Get that up.
You know, that's not my fault. That's their mics.
Who might?
You know how people mics sometimes have those,
Who on
like,
there?
Jalen, his friend's brother, Kevin. His cousin.
Alright, huh? Go put this in the bathroom.
Somebody called me.
There's nobody call you.
Oh.
Huh? Go.
This is funny.
Kevin, face me.
Okay.
No ability.
You think this
Only
is
weapon.
funny?
Go put that back. No. Go put that back.
You use it
Huh?
No ability.
Put this in the trash.
Bro, I'm only using my melee weapon.
No, you did some type of damage.
Okay, hold up. Get that pick up off the floor.
Ah, you did it.
Bro, I can teleport. That's my character's ability.
Put this in the drawer.
You can't kill a ghost. His name is Ash. No, Ash. That's his name.
It's another bag. That is mine as well.
In both these bags, and I have it in.
Huh?
Have you ate some of mine?
No, it was 2 minutes ago.
In the middle of the arsenal. I didn't stealth kill you. I was nowhere near you. I'm all the way over here, and how am I killing y'all? Hmm?
I just looked in the accessibility. I looked in the accessibility and you're using his throwing knife thingy and you're using his whatever.
I can go invisible too.
I know you can. Keep on trying to use that same move on me. It's not working.
Hold on, wait, Cheater, you looked at his ability.
So?
What's my bacon ketchup? Oh, yeah.
I looked at all of them abilities before.
What is all of his abilities?
Bacon on
One of them is
What is-
teleportation. One of them one is teleportation, and the other one is his throwing knife thingy, and the other ones I didn't really pay attention to because I don't care those.
You are dumb.
Alright, let me look. I gotta see what they do. So, if you say stop again, I'm gonna stop really quick.
You're
Say
gonna
stop.
what?
Say stop.
I'm gonna keep touching it. I'm gonna keep touching it, bro.
Leave the poor man alone. Leave the poor man alone.
Alright, I'm gonna keep on running in circles. Kevin, you wanna have a race with me?
I'ma still beat you.
No, I leveled up my speed.
Three bags.
Let's go. Come on, right over here.
Ate that fucking donut.
Hold on, let me race this.
Yeah.
I gotta run in a circle so I can teleport there.
What?
Alright,
The donut. It's right here. Where?
Kevin, can I see how much hits it takes to kill you?
No.
I think she's doing it.
Alright.
Yeah, it's there. So what is it?
Alright.
Come over here. You stand over. Hold on. Wait a minute.
Alright, let me go take me a shower. Sit right.
You can get on this side. I'm gonna get on this side. You can't. Okay. What think you doing?
Alright, come on, Kevin, you have to do it.
You like fuck. Okay.
Ready? Set, and go.
Mama. 3, 2, 1. I can't hear anything and I can't speak. Well, I didn't get the Big Mac like I asked for, but okay, I got something else. Burrito for Puerto Rico. I got a burrito for Puerto Rico. Da 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 da.
He went flying.
I know they're here and saw that.
Burrito. A burrito for Puerto Rico. Da 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 da.
Oh, you're on my team now, Chinese. Oh. Red tree.
Oh! Yeah, I killed him.
Whoa. Get back. Now you know how I feel you killed me on Fortnite.
Yes, I'm alright. I mean, my character's bloody.
You should really play with us on. Oh,
Warframe.
It's fun.
Well, I want an apology first.
No. I wanna stay a
Because you called me
single
trash in
mom.
Fortnite. I'm not that bad.
Okay, hold on. Don't kill
Like,
me, as long as you don't kill me.
like I'm decent.
Don't kill me. Mhm. Kill those enemies. Bro, okay, you know what?
No! Breakfast. Breakfast.
Kill those enemies. Go kill those enemies.
Yeah, yes,
Hey Kevin, have you got the new Spider-Man game yet? Kevin.
Why are you killing me, bro?
Kevin.
No.
Kevin, have you got the new Spider-Man game?
No.
It's good so far. You should literally try it. I'm not playing. Even my school doesn't play it though. I'm the only one. Except for Mr. Willie.
yeah. And Mr. Courtney.
Mr. Courtney plays it? No, he didn't buy it yet. He said he wanted me to play it for him. He said he wanted me to play it for him to tell me how it was.
No, he did say that.
But I told him it was good and then he bought it though, right?
No, he bought it before we even were talking about it. Because first thing he said, I bought it, and then we didn't like finish
Bro,
anything.
why are y'all killing me?
Oh.
Now I'm about to spam kill both of y'all.
Like, he wants to die.
Actually, you know what?
No. These people are retarded. These people are we need to, but I don't want to. Damn!
Okay, one of y'all kill me one more time. I'm about to spam kill you. Nah, trying to get back here.
Alright,
BRB.
no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh.
Nigga, like this right here. That was great. Give me that.
Come here, Space. I got a guy over here trying to steal my sweat. Right, trying to be like you.
Yeah, nigga, like this right.
Take this home and make breakfast. Yo, bitch. Oh, bitch.
All that cocaine. You did not eat her pussy. Yes, I did, nigga. Like this right here. That was great. Give me that.
Come here, Space. I got a guy over here trying to steal my sweat. Right, trying to be like you.
Are you coming to the party? Nah. Do you remember what happened last year?
Put your motherfucking middle finger up in there.
Hello? Molly, stay out of my room.
Was he using a flip phone? Who the fuck uses a flip phone? The fuck are you doing? She's trying to fuck me! What? Bring your ass back. Shit, you big bitch, move your fat ass in this.
What happened? I played last night, then I would never... The rules.
Son of a bitch!
Look at that ass, huh, bro? You wish you could fiddle with that ass, but you ain't.
If you know how I feel, why would you say that? Like, you put me in such an uncomfortable position.
You lied!
Reaches of the deep, assemble!
I found a big dick, Buzz!
Teeth, and I thought I was a horse, motherfucker. Desmond, you gotta stop fucking random boys. You know what the law says? You must not be a slut, so stop fucking around.
You don't know how to do anal, bro. You just added in there.
Look at that ass, huh, bro? You wish you could fiddle with that ass, but you ain't.
If you know how I feel, why would you say that? Like, you put me in such an uncomfortable position. Reaches of the deep, assemble!
Ah! My knee!
Jaden.
Ah! Ow! Wait, stop! Stop! Fuck! Oh no, please don't! Ah! Ow! You big! Man, you dumped all my Xbox games on my face, you bastard! Those are all my Xbox games, now I gotta put it back up. It ain't funny, bitch! Look what you did! Now you embarrass me in front of my friends, you cunt! Oh God, please! Please, ah! Well, I gotta pay all my Xbox games after you dumped it on my face. Oh God! Please no! 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 Please! I'm begging you! Don't do it again! If you do it again, I will kick your ass! Oh, please don't! Please! Wait!
Let's run duels. Oh, never mind.
Stop smacking!
I'm about to make a party.
Oh, I'm freaking nose! Ah! Are you cracker? Are you? Shit! My fucking face is busted. My beautiful, glorious face. The face of a man. My face of a beautiful man. It's gone. I'll never be the most sexiest guy in the world. Now you busted up my nose.
I'm back.
I'm leaving. That ain't funny.
Well, how did this man just get blown off the map?
I have my nose is bleeding. Ah! Oh! It won't stop bleeding. It really won't stop bleeding. Does anyone?
You're gonna get blown up.
I got a burrito from Puerto Rico.
Right, watch. saw that?
No. No, not even not the iPhone.
I gotta look at
E.T. Pipe says you such a like a E.T. Pipe, and then you creatures of the deep assemble.
Oh my ear!
Not a big dick, fellas. That's right. A big ass dick.
When I was in the 3rd grade, I used to eat hay.
Oh.
Big dick, fellas.
I'm trying to take a one
A
in that.
big ass dick.
When I was in the 3rd grade, I used to eat hay. People made fun of my big ass teeth, and I thought I was a horse, motherfucker.
Listen, you gotta stop fucking random boys. You know what the law says? You must not be a slut, so stop fucking around.
You don't know how to do either, bro. You just slide it in there, and then she be like, oh, no, you didn't. Then you hit her with that cheeky bye-bye.
Oh, here come that bullshit.
Hey, nigga, what you saying? Nigga, you wanna see me with the hand sticker? Fuck is poppin',
Come on,
nigga.
cuz. Fuck that rapping, cuz. Come on.
Slide it in there, and then she be like, oh, no, you didn't. Then you hit her.
I like these cartoon vines. They're gonna kill me one day, though. Cartoon vines are gonna kill me, though.
I might leave.
Because if you look at too much cartoon vines, you think everything's real.
If you don't get on, then I'm about to leave because this one.
Come on, cuz.
Boys, you know what the law says? You must not be a slut, so stop fucking around.
You don't know how to do either, bro. You just slide it in there, and then she be like, oh, no, you didn't. Then you hit her with that cheeky bye-bye.
Oh, here come that bullshit.
I don't even know what this song is, and it's still
You
good.
wanna see me with the hand sticker? Fuck is
Come
poppin',
on,
nigga.
cuz. Fuck that rapping, cuz. Come on.
This is how you know it's a cartoon vine. The way you know it's a cartoon vine is when people...
Stop fucking around.
You don't know how to do either, bro. You just slide it in there, and then she be like, oh, no, you didn't. Then you hit her with that cheeky bye-bye.
Oh, here come that bullshit.
No, I think I like this song up. I keep playing the
Hey,
song
nigga,
too
what
much.
you saying, nigga? You wanna see me with the hand sticker? Fuck is
Come
poppin',
on,
nigga.
cuz. Fuck that rapping, cuz. Come on.
He's saying nigga. My ear! Fucking ear! Ah!
Boys, you know what the law says? You must not be a slut, so stop fucking around.
You don't know how to do either, bro. You just slide it in there, and then she be like, oh, no, you didn't.
I'm
Then you hit her with that
getting
cheeky
on
bye-bye.
YouTube. See y'all later.
I'm gonna keep playing this song until somebody says something.
See y'all later.
Does anyone mind me playing the song over and over again? Nobody? Nobody at all? Okay. Okay, I'm done. On this one, look at
Nigga, you wanna
the
see me with the hand sticker? Fuck is
Come
poppin',
on,
nigga.
cuz. Fuck that rapping, cuz. Come on.
What's in here?
my ear.
Turn on the light. You're not speaking. You wish you had that swag. Free bad game, little nigga.
Ow! No, that's the last time I had this thing on full volume blasting my ears. Ah! Ah! Wait. What are you doing? Let go of my lightsaber. Let go of it. If I say let go of it again, what are you doing? What are you doing with the lightsaber, bro? What are you doing with it, bro? Oh, fuck! Hey, stop smacking! Fuck! Ah! Ow! I'm in fate! Oh! Ah! Dang it, dragon! Hit me! Can somebody help me get my ass smacked by a freaking lightsaber? I don't know. I'm bored. Also, my head hurts.
I'm tired of playing with my pussy by myself. You know it. Oh, this cut off. Okay, so you want it cut off. Yeah. So you want it cut off. No, cut my head off. Decapitate. Can you stop me? come back. Well, yeah, you have my money. You know, with me? Sign like C-SPAN, have my money.
Viral vines.
Who's on Thursday? What's up? What's up?
He slapped the shit out of the snake. And if I actually did that, I would be poisoned out of my mind and I'll get killed before I can even say anything. Like, I have all this venom, it bites me in my nuts, dies.
Mom, they following me, Mom. They following me. The bugs.
The bug. Is it real?
LeBron James, LeBron James, LeBron James, LeBron James, LeBron James.
Toss me my keys. I said my keys.
I thought you said printer.
Why the fuck would I say printer?
This kid's definitely on crack right now.
Mother trucker, dude. That hurt like a butt cheek on a stick.
Watch your profanity.
Wait, oh yes, wait a minute, Mr. Postman.
Get to Del Taco. They got a new thing called free shabakadoo. Free shabak.
JoJo, the struggle. And then this falls up on him.
One more thing.
I got what?
Marlene, your speech was so good. Oh, wait, like they didn't even like try. It was just like improv.
Oh my god, why can't you just take the freaking compliment?
When your crush becomes single.
Good
Amazing.
It's weird too. Well, I'm some bitter. I'm serious. Oh, don't do it. Oh my god. I'm trying to mess it.
So I'm sitting there, barbecue sauce on my titties.
I did hear the balloons. When I say slavery, you say sorry. Slavery. It's okay, guys.
I go to church now and I'm in love with Jesus. It's Jesus. I go to church now.
Okay, guys. Hey, sorry, slavery. It's okay, guys. Slavery. When I say slavery, you say sorry. Slavery.
Happy blacks.
Okay,
I go.
Dave Lopez. Good. Juanita love Jesus.
Church now. I'm in love with Jesus.
It's okay, guys. Okay. Slave. When I say slavery, you say sorry. Slavery. It's okay, guys.
I go to church now and I'm in love with Jesus. Hurricane Katrina! More like Hurricane Tortilla.
Look at it's freaking bats. I'm on top of them. Look.
I love you. I ain't gonna never stop loving you.
Wanna do a mission with me?
Frank.
Manira, you still wanna play? You wanna do a mission? Not kidding. Jaden, you wanna do a mission with me?
You can't go. No.
I'm sorry, you can't go. You got this, Travis. Make him wait for it.
Jaden, you wanna play a mission with me on Warframe? Jaden.
Welcome to my kitchen. We have banana and avocado.
You're not.
What?
You're not my dad! Look over here, something!
Alright, join me.
Electrolytes.
Apple plus digital equals electricity car.
I already keep on trying to do the wall.
Apple.
Oh, hold on. I wanna invite you to my house.
Electrolytes.
Yeah. Yeah.
What?
What's up?
Are you having dinner?
Feed my dog. Watch out for my dog.
The cheese.
You can't.
Even
Alright.
cool.
Follow me. My dog is just gonna walk around.
I'm so sorry.
Now follow me.
So sorry, so
Now we're gonna learn how to do this. Alright. We're gonna learn how to do this. Like, no, we gonna learn how to do this.
Good things made with real sweet potatoes. Really? Really?
Yeah.
Real snacks for real life.
Alright. So you press down on your little pad. Where the four things
We're
are.
doing Suicide Squad on Homemade Movies in here.
It's kind of like arrows. You press down on it, and then you can select what thing you want to do. Yeah, you can do that too.
That's right, guys. Homemade Movies is back. We decided on the Joker trailer because it's got a good duration, it's got a good mix of miniature and life-size stuff. It's always what we look for in a trailer. And
Let me
playing the
know when you
Joker
wanna
is
go
yours
with
truly.
it.
You may have
Keep
noticed.
on
I say,
training.
Bianca says I look like a pirate. So the first thing is, of course, the makeup. There's a white base of makeup. Welcome to Homemade Movies. We are doing...
Hold on, I'll be right back.
To the behind the scenes for our Back to the Future clock tower scene. This is my favorite movie, so I'm excited to show you how we brought it to life. Let's take a look.
You guys have been asking for it. Name.
Oh, no.
Man name. And we do Raiders of the Lost Ark. Start.
He said
Here's how.
if Cameron stops. He said if Cameron don't join, he's not playing.
Sponge.
I don't like how he said that. Alright, you ready to start a mission? Huh? Stop doing that. I can't hear. I know.
When I decided to do Raiders of the Lost Ark, I knew there was only one man who could play Indiana
Stop.
Jones, other than Harrison Ford. Your friend of mine, Dustin McLean.
Stop.
For those of you who may not know, Dustin actually started Homemade Movies. He's now doing original content on his channel, Dustin Films Originals, so check it out. So the first step in creating a homemade Indiana Jones is, of course, the iconic wardrobe. It doesn't get any more iconic than Indiana Jones. So for the wardrobe, I brought on my...
Master up to 30 moves. It's $1 coffee at Wawa. Hooray! We've all run out of contacts, but now you can renew your prescription online.
Somebody over my house. This boy is over my house, and I keep on tricking him.
Hey, it's Sexy Week here on Cinepix, so we did a scene from Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
You better
Hey, it's Sexy Week here on Cinepix, so we did a scene from Mr. and Mrs. Smith, and here's how we made it.
Dude, they look so awesome.
There's no fighting. Hey.
What a dummy.
So we did a scene.
Dude, they look so awesome.
Hey, it's Sexy Week here on Cinepix, so we did a scene from Mr. and Mrs. Smith, and here's how we made it.
Dude, they look so awesome.
There's no fighting. Hey.
Thank you.
What a dummy.
Run, run, run. That's what you do at home.
I've been shot. Alright, so this is an action-packed scene and it only stars two people, Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie, of course, very faithful. So we had to get a casting just right. We've been working with our friend Chris Singer for ages now on homemade movies, and we've always thought he looked just like Brad Pitt, so we've been trying to find a scene to use him in as Brad Pitt.
I'm about to play the role of a lifetime.
Now Chris is bald, but we put so many different kinds of wigs on him, so this time I just drew with an eyeliner pencil directly on Chris's head. It is my canvas. And then for the rest of it, we just used like a hair spray kind of thing.
And you put it on your feet. I'm coming, I'm coming.
Homemade Brad Pitt. Hey, Brad.
Hey,
You know what, that's
So for the
just
part
leave
played
out.
by Angelina Jolie, we reached
Oh,
out
yeah,
to our
get in the
actress friend,
elevator.
Mandy Amano. Now she's beautiful. She's got a very similar look that she really fit this role perfectly.
No, I gotta revive my dog.
Brad Pitt and
Get in the elevator, I need that.
we shot in just about every room
Alright,
this
cool,
time. The
doggy,
living room,
run,
the dining
run,
room, the bedroom, the kitchen. We just found whichever wall or doorway happened to
Why,
look
why
like
do
the right
we-
we needed.
I think every room in your house is a disaster right now.
A lot of the action and fighting is just really quick shots, so it's just a matter of like turning around the corner with a gun or punching a guy or a knee here. So once it cuts together, it looks like a whole bunch of action, but when you break it down into each individual shot, those elements
I'm
are...
gonna let you die anyway.
Hello, we're doing Suicide Squad on homemade movies, and here's how we made it.
This week airing out March.
Time to live. Okay. Oh, yeah. Welcome to the behind the scenes for our Back to the Future Clock Tower scene. This is my favorite movie, so I'm excited to show you how we brought it to life. Let's take a look.
Which one you doing? I'm gonna beat you.
It's hard for me to pick a single favorite movie, but whenever anybody asks, I have to say Back to the Future. And the fans have requested this particular scene, so this is a really special one for me. The first step was to make the costumes, and there's only two characters in this, so pretty easy, but very iconic. You know, the vest was pretty particular. Something not quite right with the Smarty outfit. My finger on it. I found a blue vest that looked pretty good, had the right shapes and lines and everything, but we had to change the color somehow. So I'm just gonna head through the old color changing costume portal, see what happens. Alright, here we go. Oh yeah. Now we're talking. Okay, so I just used the regular method, which was spray paint. You might not see it, but we also have pretty close
Of the watch that Marty wears, we borrowed that from our buddy Bosco, who is a big Back to the Future fan. I don't have those classic Nikes, so we turned my white Adidas into Nikes.
Adidas? Nikes.
Doc's outfit's pretty simple too. I found one at a thrift store that looked pretty close. I just had to add the black collar. Instant vintage. And then he just has a khaki colored overcoat, and I kind of snipped some of the extra buckles and things off of it. And then our buddy Piot, who does amazing impressions, does the greatest Doc Brown voice ever.
I'm sure that in 1985 plutonium was available at every corner drugstore, but in 1955, it's a little hard to come by.
And he had this crazy wig that he's used in videos before, and it has kind of like a bald part on the top, and it was a little long and crazy. I just gave it a little bit of a trim, so it didn't look so much like Bozo the Clown. It was more crazy mad scientist. My hair is not quite long enough for Marty. Found just a random brown wig in the attic that, when you kind of mat it down and part it just right, helps sell the Marty look. Most of Doc's shots take place up on the clock tower. We were able to just build the clock and have him act his parts out in front of it. My technique for making big circles is to just take a piece of string and tie knots at either end that you can stick a pencil in and another pencil in, kind of like just a big compass, and you just drag it all the way around.
Figuring out exactly where to place the letters on this thing is way trickier than I thought.
And I was down on the ground, hunched over, doing this thing for hours, just figuring out exactly where those Roman numerals go, make sure that they're spaced out correctly. And once it was done, it was like, okay, we are doing Back to the Future. My wife Priscilla wants to keep it in the house. She loves it. So we brought in a pretty big fan in the living room to really get the wind right. Flashing a flashlight for lightning. His hair is blowing. He really looks like Doc up on the clock tower. And it just all took place right in my living room. For the interior of the car, there's a lot of little particular elements that you gotta make. You've got the digital speedometer. I made it with one side at 61 miles an hour, and the other side has 88 miles per hour. And then you've got the alarm clock and the time circuits. I just drew that out on a flat piece of cardboard, spray painted the different colored strips, and then just filled in the negative space with a black Sharpie to make the digital numbers. We actually did some real driving in this one. Normally we don't do real driving, but had to get the speedometer readout and just kind of show the street lights in the distance, so all that stuff taped up on the dash there, like you're sitting in the movie.
I mean, look at this. I got the speedometer, the clock, the time circuits. It looks like living a dream.
Now behind Marty is the flux capacitor. It's kind of just blinking in the darkness there. But if I was going to build this thing, I wanted to make sure I built it right. It's just a box that I had that was a similar shape. Put a little window in there, and I had some leftover Twiki lights that I found in the attic. So I just kind of stretched those through some holes and made the shape and bundled it all up in the back, and then just added some little details.
The finishing touch is the little red labels. I happen to have an old school label maker because I like labeling stuff with it. There you go. That's how you do it, kids.
Now on the other side, he's got the voltage meter. Bosco had a good idea to put something on the iPad, which I shot ahead of time by just spray painting some strips of cardboard bright green, kind of filmed them moving different patterns. You got the flux capacitor and the voltage meter. Act like you're driving, you're traveling through time.
So in this final shot of Marty in the DeLorean, I'm controlling some flashing lightning and, of course, the blow dryer. You get a nice wind.
We had to get the tree branch with a certain bend in it, so we gathered up some tree branches and like broke them and reconnected them, so it sort of had that bend, and that way the wire could just go under it. Somebody always had to be holding it up so you could tug on it. We did have the wind machine out there, always going. We even cut up a handful of leaves, some brown paper bags, and dropped those in front of the fan in a few shots. And you gotta have the leaves that go by. The leaves also sort of cover up the couch cushions that we used in one shot.
There's no cushion here. No cushion at all.
They don't really cover it up, but they're there. So there is the big moment where Doc finally connects the wires at the last second, and then all the electricity rushes through. We started with a clean plate of him just doing the motion, and then we just cut. He held really still, and then we set up a bunch of yarn and tried to just light it really bright. And then we had him hold children's sparklers that you use in birthday cakes, I guess. They're safe to use, and they go for 30 seconds. So we just lit them and put them in his hands, and on action, everything just goes at once. We pull the yarn, kind of looks like the lightning dissipating, and then he goes flying back.
And luckily, nobody burned their face off.
This
We've
is
done a
like,
lot of
oh,
episodes of Home Movies now. This is the first time that we had people walking up off the street, like, in awe of what we were doing, because when we had Piot in his full Doc outfit and me in the Marty outfit standing outside, even from down the street, it's instantly recognizable. So once all the live action stuff was wrapped, we moved into miniature mode. We built a clock tower. We actually did it in 2 different
Wait,
scales.
you
We've got our mini
know
one
that
that
stuff
we're
that you
gonna
got?
put some sparks on top of. We've got our close-up one, which fits the
How you got
scale
that
of
character? That
Doc
stuff
Brown,
is a
who's
shame
gonna hang on to the clock here.
you can
So
get
we
like
had our buddy Ben
characters
come
from
in
that
and help with
that
some of these
because
miniatures, and we
normally you
built
would
some on
have
the
to
clock
like
tower and help me do some of the arts
grind
and crafts type
and
stuff. We also
find
did
out
the
the
movie
parts
theater
to
where Marty
build.
finally goes back in time there. You get a good view
But
of
you
this
must
nice
have,
movie
I don't
theater
know
with
how
the
you
Atomic
had that
Kid
stuff.
playing on the
But when you
marquee.
start
And
off
we were
the
sure to
movie,
look
it
that up
flips
too, because
black.
we didn't want to just put anything on there.
That's not enough to get that deep.
To find out what the text is underneath the
You
Atomic Kid
spent some money
marquee.
on it?
Found out it's Mickey Rooney and Robert Strauss. What's going on? What's going on, Mark?
Some of our modular street pieces that we made for the Fast and the Furious scene. Ben made a bunch of little signs that matched the signs in the Back to the Future, just to kind of put on depending on what the shot was. I tried to find some Hot Wheels that looked like, when they appear in the background, they look more like 50s cars. I also made Mini Doc, which was just a regular G.I. Joe that we had, and I shaved off some of the extra pieces that were kind of on the chest and whatever, painted it, matched the same little shirt, and made the overcoat, which I used from a small piece of fabric that I took off the actual overcoat. And then I used some white yarn, unraveled it, and made a little hairpiece.
Don't make me break
The
it.
DeLorean, instead of trying to make something from scratch like I normally would, I actually had this DeLorean model. I've had it for years. I just added the connecting hook. It works great for a lot of the close-ups. You've got shots of the tires, you've got the back of this thing, but I also had this small version for some of the wider shots, and we tied a string to it, pulled it down the street. Now we made sure that the city and the movie theater matched this scale, so we didn't have to build everything so huge to match this big one. We just kind of get little tiny planes. We just took little pieces of paper. Happens, Ben just pushes the fire drills underneath the
You
camera.
only guessed
So
it
they go
because
out
you're a
like that.
guess.
Some of the lighting we just kind of did it in reverse with yarn, and we kind of like attached it and then pulled it away so that we could play in reverse, and it looks like it's coming down and striking. And then for the big lightning strike, we did a combination of yarn and some of those sparklers again. They're safe for indoor use, by the way, because they're for birthday cakes. And then there's some lightning that comes flying down the wire, so we just kind of stuck the yarn on there and pulled it down. Now, the shot of the DeLorean, as it goes through time, we did it with a jump cut. We got a clean plate of the larger DeLorean driving down the street, and then, without moving anything, we set up the version of the wire that has the lightning on it. So this yarn is going to be our electricity. And set up the smoke machine, and flash the lightning at the right moment, and then pull the yarn away so the electricity kind of goes away, and so when you cut them together, it just has a really cool effect. So the music was a big deal in this one. This movie has an amazing score. In fact, the Back to the Future soundtrack is the first tape that I bought with my own money, listening to that thing over and over. So I know the score backwards and forwards, and that tape is actually part of my cassette tape list that I built. So this is a very special movie to me and a special soundtrack. And so recreating the score was a lot of fun. Once again, it's just me sitting down with the microphone and just recording layer by layer by layer, just building and trying to do all the different instruments and just using my voice, so it's like a fun acapella.
Dustin McLean, Claire Max, and Benjamin Martin.
Every time I get up, you say no. See, look. Exactly. You just want me to chase you. I don't feel like chasing.
Hey, what's up? I'm Dustin. Welcome to the show. I'm taking your suggestions on which props I should try
Look
to
how
make.
high I can go. Oh no. Jaden, look how. Yeah, look how high I can go.
Hello, I'm Odin, and welcome to DIY Prop Shop, where we build props using everyday materials without breaking the bank.
How much more of that stuff have you got?
Today I'm going to make the chainsaw from the Evil Dead movies. The chainsaw has been a staple through all the Evil Dead movies and the television show. And in Evil Dead 2, Ash's right hand got possessed, so he chopped it off in the kitchen. Then once he was left with the stump, decided, hey, I got an idea, I'll go ahead and attach a chainsaw to it. So he chopped it off from the Evil Dead movies. The chainsaw has been a staple through all the Evil Dead movies and the television show. And in Evil Dead 2, Ash's right hand
What?
got possessed,
You don't
so he
know
chopped
some
it off
like
in the kitchen. Then once he was left with the stump, decided, hey, I got an idea, I'll go ahead and attach a chainsaw to it. And he was more than happy to give him a hand doing that. And so what we're going to make is the chainsaw hand from Evil Dead 2. So to start with, I'm going to make the body of the chainsaw.
what color is it? Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. Like me.
Dustin McLean, Claire Mack.
I know what you're talking about. You got how much of that stuff that you got? 10,000. Hey, can I get some? Hold on. Hold on, can I get some? Hold on. I'm gonna take you to the market so we can trade.
Welcome to night school. You're the night school teacher? Is that not what I just said, little boy? She's not like the teachers that we had back in the day. You take that
I'm gonna give you a ball.
tenderize your legs. Why are we in a ring? It's the square root of 81. What?
With PG-13.
I'm getting one tomorrow.
Hey, what's up? I'm Dustin. Welcome to the show. I'm taking your suggestions on which props I should try to make totally low budget here in my house using everyday materials. So I'm going to show you some of my DIY techniques and some of my low budget tips and tricks. Let's get started. Alright, so far, the most requested prop from you guys is the hoverboard from Back to the Future 2. Now, Back to the Future is my favorite movie, so I'm totally excited to do this. It seems fairly simple at first because it's kind of like...
Alright. I'm gonna come to you, because you probably don't know how to come to me. When I get close to you, you will see like a green mark on your map. I see a green. Yeah, I see.
Stop, evildoers!
I found one.
Stop, evildoers! Unhand those homemade movies, props, and costumes.
Welcome to Homemade How To, where we show you how to make props and costumes with just stuff from around the house.
We are gearing up to make a homemade Batman versus Superman trailer. So I'm going to show you guys how to make a really awesome Batman mecha armor.
Yeah, and so the helmet, we're actually going to make the whole thing out of cardboard.
Let's do it. So we need to figure out the basic shapes of this helmet. So what we did was we started off by making it on a much smaller scale using just some paper stock so we can create our templates.
And you can check out all these templates on our Facebook page, Homemade Movies Cinema.
So we need to measure out your head. So take off your hat if you're wearing one. Very important. We're just going to use a rope. You could use a string as well. I'm going to measure from the tip of your nose, run that all the way around to the back, to the base of the skull.
Hey, hold on.
It's not that bad. That's going to be the measurement for our front piece.
Adjust the size of these images. Mine was 180%.
When you're ready to print it out, change your printer settings to that same percentage. And every template gets the same percentage increase.
So here we have our big templates.
Templates with a...
And make sure you label these so that you know which pieces are what.
Use thinner cardboard for the eye inserts and the nose pieces. So here are all of our Batman helmet pieces.
It's like a 3D Batman puzzle.
Let's put this thing together. First, bend the front piece along the corrugation, but don't bend the earpieces.
And glue the side pieces to kind of the temples of the
I got it.
Glue the cheek part to the side pieces.
For the mouthpiece, we need to gauge how far down to attach to the rest of the helmet. So we're going to use actually the lower mouthpiece, which is this piece that has kind of an angle to it. You'll notice that there is kind of a gap between the two pieces. So eyeball that, it's kind of a half-inch gap, then you can attach the mouthpiece to the inside of
Okay, I see how it is. Kick you.
Then go to the top of the helmet and glue the earpieces down.
Ooh.
Bend the back of the mouthpiece around to the back of the helmet.
Hey,
Then bend the back
you
side
look
pieces
cool.
along the coordination and attach the back side pieces, starting with the top of the ears. Glue the back of the helmet closed.
Glue the flap from the front piece all the way to the back of the helmet. And then attach the lower back piece to the very back of the helmet. This kind of goes over all of our other pieces. Then each side around to attach it to the side of the helmet.
Next, attach the inside earpieces, then the ear tops.
Now for the nose pieces, it helps to trace a guide so you know where to put the glue. And when you attach these, make sure you put them at an angle to create the nose. Now you could stop here and just go right to the spray paint stage, but I like to cover all of the seams with gaff tape. Gaff tape is a very versatile cloth tape.
So here you have it, our almost finished Batman helmet. And so the helmet is not exactly like pristine. It's definitely kind of beat up, just distressed. So we're just going to kind of scuff it up a little bit. So I think we're ready to spray paint it. You, me, outside.
So first add a layer.
It's not exactly like pristine. Definitely kind of beat up, just distressed. So we're just going to kind of scuff it up a little bit. So I think we're ready to spray paint it. You, me, outside.
So first add a layer of gray primer, then cover the entire thing with metallic silver spray paint. And finally, we're going to use a really simple, but it's a really awesome technique to create the worn steel look. Spray paint some black, and then crumble up a plastic bag and push that into the spray paint. Just sort of dab it in and work the texture around so you can get that steel worn look. And then these eye inserts are going to be the only pieces that are going to be solid black. So spray paint those separately. So here's the helmet looking pretty rad.
Want me to teach you how to get a new color on your, what is it called? Oh no, is that blue? Yeah, take off the blue and turn it in white. Oh no, it be looking. Yeah.
Hey, that's what it is.
Hold on, turn back around.
Then I think it's time to tell it.
Alright, thank you. Come here. Thank you.
What? Yeah.
Thank you. Get what my dude doing. Like on my head. Let's get out of here. Yeah, it's not letting me. Oh no.
Welcome to Homemade How To, where we show you how to make
A plastic bag and push that into
body. This, take a small strip of cardboard.
to the top. And check out your tops. And there you have it. We are ready to put this whole thing together.
And so for the base, we are using
What?
and then a pair of like snow paint.
No, you want to say that? We're going to mission. Like, you know. Yo, this thing. Oh no, this thing got a prime on. I'm done.
I like it. It's cool. So, we're gonna spray paint this?
Yeah, let's spray paint it.
Alright,
Take it
let's do it.
outside.
The painting stage is the crucial step in making this look like a steel suit of armor. Okay, we have one last detail for the helmet, and that is the eyes, which are kind of a light blue, and they light up.
We're using a transparent divider as well as some small LED clip lights.
We're going to attach the transparency to the
Alright, I'm
eye
coming
insert
with you.
pieces.
Take your LED light and a little
You
bit
see
of
what
paint
they
here
kept?
to the inside
Look.
of the helmet.
Sweet. Even the camera guy is excited. Okay, here we are, finished, all painted.
All the
Very awesome.
details on looks really great.
Ready to go fight Superman now?
The paint really makes it come together. It looks like brushed steel. It's
Yeah,
great.
it's crazy how simple the technique was, too. Going down, Superman.
And that's how you make a homemade Batman Mega Armor suit.
That's right, make sure to check us out on Facebook because you can download the templates to make this costume yourself. We're also on Instagram and Twitter.
And be sure to come back in 2 weeks because
Make your own Mega Man suit.
Hey everybody, I'm Ant-Man. You guys...
Make your own Mega Man suit.
You guys want to see how we made this sweet costume? Then Bianca, take it away. Welcome to... Hey everybody, I'm Ant-Man. You guys want to see how we made this sweet costume? Then Bianca, take it away. Welcome to Homemade How To. We show you guys how to make props and costumes using just stuff from around your house.
we're preparing for our homemade Ant-Man
Oh, I was
trailer.
talking
Today we're going to show you how to make the
I was talking to
entire
Brother Eye.
Ant-Man costume. So what's the first step?
First I think we should call the Avengers.
Let's start with the helmet.
We're going to make a base first. The base of the helmet actually starts a little bit higher on the head.
Hold on, I'll be right back.
And then
Before I go
So
on
for
the
that
start
we're
to mix.
using straws. Take the helmet out.
upper lid.
Alright,
Draw the
I'm gonna
outside
start to mix.
edge of the circular
I'm gonna start to
piece.
mix
Start
it.
from the top of the helmet, then juts down. So just trace that.
I'll be right back.
There's like a tab that comes out. Get one side done, and then you can trace the other side. So now you have two sides. Glue these to the inside. Reinforce the outside with gaff tape. Reinforce the inside with duct tape.
There's this cool texture on the inside. We have this non-slip mat for that.
We're gonna need some caps on the sides. We're gonna use a couple of bits. We're not gonna actually attach these to the helmet because we're gonna need this to rotate, but we are
You
gonna
put on the broadcast.
Take the helmet outside and paint all of it black.
Let's go.
Yeah, time.
Got our helmet nice
How
and
did you
tight.
sell?
Now we're going
Don't.
to throw some of the metal details. We're going to start with the back. We're going to use a
Got you.
water jug.
Mega Man.
So for the like grid, we're using straws.
Mega Man. Mega Man. Mega Man. Mega Man.
Here.
Now we're gonna do these two slivers of metal on each side.
There's a center line that runs
A little bit
alongside
easier.
the straws, and for that we're using some glue.
Yeah, that was.
We need to make kind of a spine for all of this to set on.
The
Isn't
silver
it
pieces
easier
that are
than
running like a ladder over the top. For those pieces, we're going to use our water jug.
It has these ridges that are perfect, and it's full of water. We don't want to waste water, so
He's good, but he's
Shut,
not that
shut,
good.
shut, shut, shut. Oh, wow, she even,
Thank you.
she even drank the label out. That's
Don't
good.
revive your team. I'll get you. Alright, come on, come on. Don't worry about all the people. Don't worry about all the people. Just go.
We're not going to glue these
My
to the
cousins
helmets
are here.
because we want to spray paint all of these
The
silver
water
first.
in my
We've
other
got our silver pieces all nice and sprayed, so our
I'm
next
the
step
B
is
with
to
you.
attach
Because
this
this is
tab
really
to
important.
the end
You
of
don't know
that
how
tab.
important. I need you to be my
Running that
backup.
tab from the front, running that all the way to the back of the helmet.
Alright. Watch out for lasers. Here you go. Alright, come on, come on. Come down here. Get open access. Hey, this. Can you drop down? Oh no. Have to back up.
Ma, tell me when you're done.
Oh.
You heard me? Mom! Mom! Hey, hey, you down there?
Surface that.
Yeah, it's okay.
We're ready for the faceplate.
That's right.
Don't. Wait, hold on.
So for the face plates, we're using this one because it already has a curve to it. So you could also make this thing entirely out of concrete. I'm using a Dremel tool just because it's quicker, but you can also use a saw or a box cutter.
For the end of the faceplate, we've got a Tupperware container. Kind of reminds me of the mask.
Yeah.
Right? You right? Okay. Let's do the mouth first. For the front of the mask, the end of our battery. There are 2 tabs at the end of the mouthpiece.
Now it's time for the yo-yos. Pop those off. Tabs, and glue those tabs onto those side tabs. We found wooden beads that were pretty awesome to use for this ball joint. Just to make this whole thing secure and so that we can attach stuff to it, we're going to make a wire base out of a coat hanger. We have these plastic salad tongs that were perfect for the joint arc here on the sides.
The end piece is a chip clip. For the cap on the end, we use the top of a water bottle.
So of course this would not be Ant-Man without the antenna and
It was so
safety cabinet box. For the mouth mechanism to move, we're using compasses because they have axles already in them and they stay in place too. So zip tie those right to those chip clips.
And there you have it, our completed mouthpiece.
I think it's time to spray paint. It is time for the gloves. These are the 99-cent store, the rubber work gloves.
It says do not use on electrical work or firefighting.
Watch out, watch out.
Same thing about crime fighting. The first part I noticed is there's like a main box that tapers. We're not cutting all the way through, we're just score it, that way we can bend it. I'm going to cover this all with aluminum foil tape so it'll be nice and shiny and metallic.
We got 2 more to go.
There's all these little boxes that run around his wrist.
You guys, I'm telling you, this is for the black hole.
And then we've got straws to fill in the space between the top
Go
and
to
the bottom.
sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep.
So now let's put the bangs in. Those are the tubes on the hand.
Got some gray jumper up here. We're going to be taking the ends right onto the glove.
Go to
Turn
sleep.
the leaves in between each knuckle.
Now go to sleep, go to sleep.
For the buttons
Go to
on
sleep.
the index finger, we've got flashlights. They have also buttons that kind of pop on and off.
Alright, just
The
go to
button
sleep.
is red. We're just going to customize that with a little bit of red duct tape.
Run the seat, run the seat, run the
Hot
seat.
glue isn't really going to work on this metal button on this strong glove. So we're going to have to strap an elastic band around the index finger to create a surface that the glue will take to.
No. I got blue.
The gray looks awesome. I feel like you want to add some like aluminum foil tape or something like that, just so it looks a little more shiny.
Really glad we put the aluminum foil on these tubes.
I'm gonna reset the alarm so it's
Legit.
gonna be
Let's
less.
move on to the belt. The centerpiece of the belt lights up. We're using a
The aluminum foil on these tubes makes them.
The gray looks
I want
awesome. You'd be able to add some like aluminum foil tape or
I'm
something
trying
like
on
that to
PS4.
make it a little more shiny.
Really glad we put the aluminum foil on these tubes. It makes them pop.
Legit. Let's
Alright,
move
go
on to the
over
belt.
there then.
The centerpiece of the belt lights up,
I want extra.
so we're using a tap light.
Spray paint the case silver,
Not so fast.
and the inside is red, so spray paint that metallic insert.
It's not red enough, so we're using a holder.
This place so far is locked down.
Our tap light.
So much along. Never mind.
Zip tie our buckle to the hardware base. These details on the side, tubes.
Use the straws for this.
Yo, I got one of my students. Yeah, you can join me. Just send me a phone call.
There are 3 boxes on the belt. For those, we are using little Tupperware containers. There are a couple of buttons. For those, we're using water bottle caps.
I got somebody on my church to follow me. I don't care if you join me. You can just wait. Can you type in
On your belt.
Yes,
Now put
stop.
in the red decals.
Oh,
lights.
stop. What is he doing?
We need to be able to close up the belt. We're using a little bit of Velcro.
Grand finale is to put the tap lights on there.
Follow me.
That is our Ant-Man belt. For the suit, we have a mock turtleneck.
But yeah, that's
Black leggings.
There are a couple of red details on the suit, and
You
for
put a
that we're
rope on
using this
ears.
red jersey. The first thing that we need to do is make a template that we will trace
Alright.
onto the red
You
fabric.
got
Cut that out and then trace those shapes onto
But this is
the
Jaden.
shirt.
Jaden, say hi to Autumn.
Just top of those right to the shirt and the pants.
Hi, say hi.
We'll be using metallic puffy. Blue details, we'll be using the template that we will
Hi, Autumn. Say hi, Autumn.
onto the red fabric.
My neck.
Details on the suit, and for that we're using this red jersey. The first thing that we need to do is to make a template that we will trace onto the red fabric.
Cut that out and then trace those shapes onto
After this match, one of my friends from my team is going to join me, okay?
Just top of those right to the shirt.
Yeah, he said he wanted to join me. He just asked me if I was on PC or
Some of the tubing details we'll be using metallic puffy.
I don't know. Just type in your
We
name,
may be using some other
or if we
materials
don't
like
really
cardboard
want to
to
type in your name, I'll just find
Shoelaces and wrapping them in aluminum foil.
There's some parts of the suit that have a different texture, like the elbows and the knee pads. We have black socks that have a really cool
Alright.
texture too.
For the backpack
I don't
on the
know
suit,
what
we're using a Tupperware container.
So I think I got it over here. Oh
At the ends of
no!
Ant-Man's
I
shoes,
should have
there's a
wanted a
little
long
small
accident.
kind of a T-shape, so we just cut that out with some of the jersey fabric and attach it to the shoe using hot glue.
A couple details to finish up on the faceplate are the 2 red strips on the forehead.
We're cutting out a small panel of red
Oh,
gel for the inside of the faceplate.
You could also use clear file folders or dividers. There is some
I
trim
am
around
not
the
killer
eyes
at these.
using electrical tape.
We have 2 LED lights
I'm
on
not
the
killer
inside
at
of the
this.
faceplate.
And these little lights shine on your face and it looks really cool. Attaching the faceplate to these lids, we're going to glue them right onto the tabs using a wire coat hanger. Bend the end 90 degrees right through the red cap and secure that to the red cap and then run that through our side into the helmet. And then once inside the helmet,
Oh my god! Oh my god! I'm a pro hacker! Oh my
For
god!
the
Pro
mouthpiece,
hacker
drill
though.
2 holes into the red lid.
yep, on either
I'm a
side.
pro hacker.
Feed a bit of zip tie. Take that compass, close that zip tie around the
Pro
compass,
hacker.
and then that is able to move up and down freely.
Yo, Jaden, did you see me did that though? It was down to 14 seconds.
Craziness. This is like
I know. I know. Oh my god! I can't believe I did that though. Oh my god!
That's how you make a homemade
Turn that off. That's inappropriate. He start. Look. He started putting on. He put it on XX to tag me on. Look at me.
Spider-Man. Oh, Spider-Man.
The power is in your
Roblox is
hands.
not popular. Roblox is not popular at all. We said Roblox isn't popular. Yeah, it's not. I used to really. Exactly. They didn't agree with me.
Making cosplay out of everyday materials. They are the DIY Costume Squad. The DIY.
Yeah, cause I'm sorry. I can be on Spider-Man. Alright, hold on, I'm
My favorite is probably the.
type in your name, or I don't know how you
I've
can do
never
it.
looked at Luke Skywalker. I do know that's weird. I'd rather be
Type in your name yourself.
Hey, welcome to the show. I'm Dustin, and I'm going to be making a DIY Spider-Man
See,
suit today.
this
You guys
dude,
have been asking
look,
for
on
one in the
this
comments. Now,
dude,
we've made Spider-Man
this
in the
dude,
past. So let's take a fabric line.
Alright, I'm gonna write you again. After you write that, just I told him to type in his name.
Regular pants drawn out. That was pretty handy. Now I'm going to add the eyes. Alright, so I got the basic shapes drawn out. What I'm going to try to do here is mask off this shape
Okay,
and then spray paint it white. Okay, get ready for paint. Alright, so I'm going to use white spray paint. This costs around $4, but let's be honest, I'm going to use about 10 cents worth. Okay, paint is dry. Let's take off the masking tape and see what we got. Nice, that's the white part, and then obviously there's a thick black edge, and so for that I'm going to use craft foam. This big sheet was 99 cents. Alright, I'm going to kind of draw the shape out on a piece of paper first. Okay, pretty good. Kind of looks like Deadpool. Next up is just drawing all the lines, so I'm just going to use a thick black marker.
Would you think it would be a better stop riding that motorcycle? I can't hear it. Please
Okay,
stop
I think
driving
that
it.
is it. That's the finished Spider-Man mask. It's pretty good. Alright, so moving on to the rest of the suit. I have two different shirts that I'm going to mix together.
Especially in the house.
Kind of sporty zip up. This was $10. It's very Spider-Man-y, I must say.
Can y'all turn that down?
This was $6. This is a women's shirt. I'm going to cut these apart.
Turn that stuff down.
To make one
And
Spider-Man shirt.
stop driving
The red one.
Alright, black foot. I'll be right back.
I'm going to use the charcoal to just kind of draw out the shapes.
Alright, I'm back.
I'm going to lay it on the table.
It's so hard to type it in. See, y'all all be quiet so I can concentrate on something.
So I drew on all the shapes. Now I'm just going to cut this out. I'm scared to cut it. Alright, so now I'm going to put this on top of the blue shirt. I'm going to tape this in place a little bit just to help run gluing.
Hey, Jaden, how do you spell
Okay,
Frank?
so now I'm going to glue the red fabric.
Okay, first of all, you know what the white looks like? Something
Onto the blue fabric with some hot glue.
Alright. That's not hold on.
Okay, before I glue this last back part, this is all a little bit baggy on me, so I'm going to cut a slit down the back and then tighten it up, glue it down. So it's a nice tight Spider-Man fit. Okay, tight Spider-Man fit. Glue this last back part. This is all a little bit baggy on me, so
How don't you type it in? I'll spell it for you, alright?
and then tighten it up, glue it down so it's a nice tight Spider-Man fit.
Alright, you spell it then.
cool. All the outside edges are glued together, but I'm going to flip it inside out and just kind of reinforce the
Oh,
inside seams with some glue and probably some tape, just so it doesn't fall apart on me.
Oh, so close. Yeah.
Okay, time to decorate this thing. Before I draw all the webs on there, I'm going to make the little spider emblem, just so I can position where that's going to go. So I'll use some more craft foam for that.
Alright, I'm gonna show you.
Okay, that's the body of the spider. I'm going to draw the legs on with some Sharpie while I do the rest of the webbing.
It's
So, it's going to take a little while.
9.429. I mean, no, it's not that. It's 0428. 0428.
Okay, that's a lot of lines. But I'm not done with lines. That was all the red. Now I gotta move on to the blue.
How did you spell it?
Okay, so those are blue details. Now, I think I'm gonna make the red spider on his back.
Hey,
I'm just doing one side of this pattern,
how
so
about you type in my name?
over and make sure it's really symmetrical. So I'm
Hold
gonna
on.
trace this pattern onto some craft foam.
No, not you. It's just showing my name. Hold on. What
So
is something
I'm gonna
that
spray paint
shows?
this red with some paint that I picked up for about $3. I'm gonna start with the coat of gray primer.
Alright, I got it. Hold on, I'll be right back. I got get something to write with.
Bam. Okay. Alright, before I move on, I decided I am going to go ahead and make these spider legs out of foam. I'll just do that real quick. Okay, so he's got these little gadgets on the side here. Looks like maybe refill cartridges for his web shooters, that's my guess. So I'm going to make those out of some black craft foam and attach them.
Alright, I'm about to type it down now. I mean, not type it down. Write it down, then type it down.
Okay, so he's got these little cartridge tube things on there, so I'm going to just use some straws. I already had some straws, but they're cheap. So I'm going to cut them down to size and then leave the tips red, paint the inside silver, and then glue them on.
I know.
Okay, so this is ready for paint. I'm going to use some metallic spray paint, which is around $5.
He probably like you. Where's your cousin at? I mean, where's Summer at? Y'all sleeping over? You guys are sleeping over here?
Alright, I'm going to move on to the pants. I found some blue pants at the thrift store for $6. They're pretty much just the right shade.
I'll probably be on the game all night.
Things to keep in mind when you're picking out your clothes from various stores is you want the colors to match. So first of all, there's a couple of shiny parts on these pants. I'm going to cover those up with some blue marker.
I'm going to show you how,
these are
I'm going to show y'all both how to customize your spaceship if you don't know how to. I'm typing it in now.
I'm going to turn these inside out so I can reinforce the inside with some more glue and some tape. Go on, Spider-Man.
See? Look, this is the...
I'm going to cut these belt loops
He put Mad Ox on his. This other dude, he put Mad Ox on
the lines and the details on the pants. I'm just eyeballing all of this, just like the shirt, looking at some reference pictures and kind of making it up as I go along too. Okay, moving on to the feet. It basically looks like he's just wearing socks, so I picked up some socks for $3. These are athletic socks, so I'm just going to be drawing the webs on them. There's kind of a logo on here, so I'm going to cover that up with red marker. Alright, so for the top rim, there's like a black edge. I'm going to just spray paint the top of this and then kind of fold it over, and I think that's going to make the shape we want.
Alright, I'll kind of... if it's separate...
Alright, so now I just got to draw the rest of the webs on here.
Alright, I'll send you in the ground, Hey, dude, go and check your friends, and I'll send you one.
Attached to some gloves. So I searched everywhere for some red gloves, but it is the middle of summer right now. So I managed to find one in a thrift store. They sold it to me for 49 cents, but I need two. Luckily, I had some older used ones.
That button not did you go upstairs in my room?
Use these instead. Same idea though.
I'll be right back. I'm gonna just make sure. I want to make sure it ain't still my money in on you. I'll be right back.
Alright, for the web shooters themselves, I'm going to make those out of craft foam and then just attach it right to the glove. gloves. So I'll look at the picture and kind of estimate what the shape is. Okay, so what I think I'm going to do is just glue this right onto the glove, but if it's too tight, I won't be able to get my hand in. So I found this old jar of pennies, because I'm an old man. Just kind of stretch it out, glue it on, and then I hope that that makes it stay in shape. I do need to glue this without killing myself. Okay, so I'm just going to add a few more little details on here, and that's it. Okay, I think that is it. It is time to try the whole thing on.
Yeah, cause it's fun. Cause you think it's fun?
Hey, I feel
You think
very
it's fun
Spider-Man
for?
like.
So,
This is nice. This is actually pretty comfortable. Not a whole lot of spray paint here. Just some
alright,
sticky
yeah, he
clothes.
don't
And
know
one of
what
the
to
bonuses here is that I've got
No, he's
pockets.
in.
So that's
No,
always handy when you're at the
hold
convention
on. I'm
or at
afraid
the
of me
party.
party.
I
That's
wasn't
not.
sure how well I'd be able to see out of the spray paint, but not bad. I can kind of see what's happening. And let's see if I can get out of this thing. All right. And I like that it has a removable hood. That's the other bonus about not using those full body suits. So in the end, I only ended up spending $38 plus a little tiny bit of spray paint. So let's just call it 40 bucks for the whole thing. That's not bad. Out of all the costumes I made, this is probably the most flexible. If you want some more hot Spidey action, be sure to watch Ben's Homemade Movies episode of Spider-Man Homecoming. That's really awesome. I played Tony Stark in it, and that's it.
Welcome to Homemade How-To, where we show you how to make props and costumes with just stuff from around the house.
Masters of duct tape, cardboard, and hot glue. Making cosplay out of everyday material.
This looks kind of basic. Like, you could probably just buy that. Now, this one is also basic. Even though I can tell you one thing, I've always loved that one. I love Link, but I hate the sword that they made out of. It's just...
They are the DIY Costume Squad.
Because you guys have requested it a whole bunch. So, I'm going to be making it. And it's going to be pretty straightforward. Just welcome to our...
Welcome to Homemade How-To, where we show you how to make props and costumes with just stuff from around the house.
That's right, we are gearing up to do a homemade Star Wars Episode 7 The Force Awakens trailer. And we're going to show you guys how to make the entire Kylo Ren costume, including the lightsaber.
But before we get started, we want to show you guys some fan-made costumes that have been coming in from all over the world.
It's pretty amazing. Let's check them out.
First up, we've got Taylor Evans from Oklahoma. He made the Ant-Man suit. The mouthpiece is exceptional. It looks really cool.
Yeah.
All the way from the United Kingdom, we have Charlotte Hare, who made the Deadpool suit.
I like the pink socks. It's a nice touch.
Wade Bishop from Tallahassee made the Ant-Man suit. It looks amazing.
She actually thought it was our costume. Mercedes Lager from the Dominican Republic with a Deadpool suit. She's like, oh no, I'm Deadpool.
Really great picture.
And here we have Jesse Braden Hott from Nova Scotia, Canada with his Ant-Man suit.
I like how he used a lot of cardboard for his.
Yeah, Dal Derbez Rico from Mexico, and he made an Ant-Man suit. His costume came in second place at a costume contest, which is pretty awesome.
But your first place, Doug.
Yes.
From the Philippines, we've got Mark John Lee. He made a Batman napkin helmet for his son.
It's the cutest thing ever. It's so adorable. So thank you guys so much for sending in your work from all over the world. It's really, really cool. Keep sending stuff.
To start off, we're going to start with the helmet.
For the helmet, we don't actually have a lot of materials. It's pretty simple. What do we got?
So we've got a trash can with a really cool lid. We also have some crab pop.
Milk jug, and a serving bowl, and of course, cardboard.
We're going to move to the overhead. To stop.
And then cut the can entirely in half.
Next, put the top of the trash can on your head and measure from the bottom of the lip of the trash can to your jaw.
Yep, mine comes out to 6 inches.
Measure and cut the black plastic.
And then temporarily tape that to the inside lip of the trash can lid, because it's going to go right back onto your head, so that we can measure the opening from temple to temple. I'm going to cut those pieces. And then glue and tape the plastic piece to the inside of the lid.
Trace the helmet onto the cardboard.
This is going to help us create the tapered round look, like the kind of samurai look that the helmet has.
Cut it out and glue it to the bottom edge of the helmet.
Just so we have kind of a frame of reference, I'm going to draw the shapes right onto the helmet.
Using the extra piece from the garbage can, we're going to create the angular shape at the bottom of the helmet.
And then glue the front part on. We're actually using super glue. That wraps all the way around to the back. Very Darth Vader at this point, but that'll change with the face piece.
Take a piece of paper, wrap it around the front of the helmet. To figure out how big our piece should be, trace the inside of the helmet.
And then hold that piece that we cut out up to the helmet again, and you can sketch out those side shapes, the curved shapes.
Temporarily, we're going to tape the paper onto the helmet. Find the bridge of the nose and the edge of the eyes and mark those.
Sketch out the eye holes. Make sure you look at some reference photos. They're pretty narrow. And we will post these pictures on our Facebook page so you can use those for reference. Of course, cut that out.
We're using a craft foam for the base of the helmet. Trace the base template for the faceplate onto the foam and cut it out.
So put that in place and glue it right onto the helmet. I'm going to come back to the paper eye template from before, and we're going to use this to sketch out all of those silver details. Now it starts off in the center. There are 4 silver pieces. I'm sketching this out freehand. I'm just looking at reference photos, and I'll actually be posting these on our Facebook page as well. It is a lot of details in here. So I'm only going to draw 1/2 of this because I can use this as the template for both sides.
Trace 1/2 onto the foam, then flip it over and trace the other half to complete all the details.
And we get to cut this out all over again.
Yay!
The mouthpiece that goes on top of the helmet, there's 2 layers.
For the bottom layer, lay down a piece of cardboard, and we're using the silver pieces as a guide.
And the nose goes up into the eye area. The sides go all the way down the outside ring. And you'll have to measure this up to your face just to get the right measurements. And then there's a point on the bottom corner that comes and then it goes back up. Now again, I'm only drawing 1/2 of this because I fold it over, trace it, and now I have the completed shape.
Trace the base piece of cardboard onto the milk jug. Draw the cutout segments, which are on the top and along the sides. There are 3 little slits on the top, and there are 4 segments down each side. Next, cut those out with an X-Acto glue.
Then glue this plastic plate right onto our cardboard. So that's the bottom layer of the mouthpiece. For the top layer of the mouthpiece, we have this serving bowl, which has a pretty cool texture on it.
Trace the mouthpiece onto the bowl. Looking at reference photos, draw the outside piece, which fits inside of the shape that you just traced.
There are 2 rectangles cut out of the bottom segment of the mouth plate. There's a rounded hole on the top left, and then on the bottom right of the mouth plate, there's another rounded off hole. Again, you can cut those out with scissors and a blade. I'm going to use a Dremel tool. And there are scratches on the faceplate, so I'm using a utility blade to scuff up the plate.
The front plate sits up a little bit from the base of the cardboard plate, so we're going to use a couple of pieces of cardboard fillers just to create that height.
We're going to just spray some of these details away with some black.
The mouthpiece will be black as well.
And then these details, of course, are going to be metallic silver.
Okay, nice and painted. So let's glue that mouthpiece to the helmet. There are 2 pieces on the bottom of the helmet that sort of fit on the inside. To attach the silver detail, first we're going to need to peel back a little bit of the black foam that's on the nose piece and then kind of wedge it in there.
That helps hold it in place because we're going to...
Helpify your home with automated window coverings powered by a Somfy motor. One voice command is all it takes to bring...
mostly just a gun, but cutting black.
The bag filled. That really goes in the barrel.
Make it Iron Man.
Don't get on the table. She's locking eyes with me.
The Goldbergs take on 16 candles. Hey, what's up? I'm Dustin. Welcome to the show. I'm taking your suggestions on which props I should try to make totally low budget here in my house using everyday materials. So I'm going to show you some of my DIY techniques and some of my low budget tips and tricks. Let's get started. Alright, so far, the most requested prop from you guys is the hoverboard from Back to the Future 2. Now, Back to the Future is my favorite movie, so I'm totally excited to do this. It seems fairly simple. Board from Back to the Future 2.
I know what AM thing is. I looked at their channel. You know, I looked at the metal ones. You see the thing right there? Those are the ones I looked at. I looked at the actual. I look at Man in Arms.
Requests. We're going to shorten the forging section of this episode and focus on the delicate and intricate portion of making the fittings for the katana. After all, the Reaver's blade, on the maniac trick. I'm going to heat this piece up.
Oh, look at that! And also, you screwed his beard a little bit.
Now, Back to the Future is my favorite movie, so I'm totally excited to do this. It seems fairly simple at first because it's kind of like a skateboard without wheels, but there's more details to it than you might think. There's the magnets on the bottom. I think I'm going to just build it out of plywood and then maybe foam to cut out some of these little pieces. We'll just hit it with some spray paint. Alright, so one of the main things about this is the design of the front and the back, which is very specific. So, to make this a little bit easier for you to follow along, I've designed the front and the back of this, and there's a link in the description. You can actually print it out and follow along with exactly what I'm doing. That's what I'm going to be using, so let's just start with the printouts and then go from there. Alright, here are the printouts. So go ahead and print these out. These will fit on regular 8.5 by 11 pages. Now, if you don't have a color printer, you can take these to any copy print shop, and these cost me 59 cents a page, so it was like $7 or so for all 12 pages. So I'm just going to cut these out. Alright, so even though these are labeled for you, once you cut it, the label is going to be gone. So to keep track of all these pieces, I'm just going to put the post-it note on each one before I cut it so they don't get all mixed up. Now, I'm going to build the board itself out of plywood. So, I picked this up. It was $12, and this is 3/4 inch. If you don't want to cut wood, or if you don't have the tools to do it, another really good option is 1/2 inch foam board. So this was $7. It's a little more fragile, of course. You don't want to break it, but it's lighter, easier to cut, and you can follow along all the exact same steps of how we're going to continue on with this. You can do it with the foam board instead. But I'm going to show you how to cut this wood. So let's first make our marks for where we're going to cut. Okay, the first thing is to measure the width.
Introducing new mixtape.
American Housewife premieres at a new time.
Here I come.
Wednesday after the Goldbergs on BBC. Oh, these are mixed up. So we're going to start with the top, the rounded part. Make sure it's 1/2 inch, from either edge. Doesn't matter how far here. So you're not tracing it exactly. Keep in mind you're doing it 1/2 inch away, and that will line up with this side. I'm going to take this outside and use the jigsaw and the hand saw. If you don't have those tools, again, you can use the foam board, and it will turn out pretty much the same. So let's go outside and do some cutting. with the circular saw, I'm going to just cut this straight line all the way down. See, I don't have like a proper workbench, but what I like to do is just use these little clamps to squeeze down. You just kind of clamp either side and just hold it into place. So of course we went extra long for now. This is our width. So now we're going to switch to the jigsaw, which gets a little bit more fine tuning. We can do angles and stuff. You just want to take this nice and slow. We're going to try and make a perfect line. Just follow your pencil all the way around. Okay. Alright, so from our freshly cut rounded edge, we're going to measure down 29.5 inches. So go ahead and mark that from the tip. Now we're going to cut that straight across. Alright, so that is the main piece. Now we just got to make the little lip that comes up right here. Instead of straight down, it's going to be at a slight angle. So when we attach it to this one, it'll pop up a little bit. Before you make the adjustments, be sure to unplug it. I don't want to lose a finger. Alright, so the angle you want on here is about 20 degrees. I'm going just a hair over 20 degrees actually. Now we'll be cutting at an angle. So take that extra piece that we've got and we're just going to straight line a new angle. Alright, so there we go. Alright, I'm going to just put the actual pages on here, lay them out, then we'll know exactly where the cut needs to be. This is where it's going to eventually be glued. That's our edge. Alright, so we want to go a half inch away from that. There we go. So that's going to be our final cut, and we can attach this to the rest of it. Don't forget to change this back to flat. There we go. Alright, so the next step is to sand the edges all the way around. You want it to be nice and smooth. Just make it kind of rounded as much as possible. Alright, so you can do it by hand like that. It's kind of taking a while and it's ripping up. But if you've got an electric sander, you try that out. Be sure not to sand these edges though. These need to be nice and flat so that they can connect. But all the other edges need to be sanded. Alright, so I'm just going to figure out a way to attach these two pieces together. I'm going to throw some heavy-duty glue in here. It won't be dried today. This stuff takes 24 hours to set, but this is E6000 craft glue. Really strong. Alright, so what I think I'm going to do is try to stick some little nails through here at an angle. So you can hammer those by hand. I actually have this staple gun that shoots these little tiny nails. They're actually called brads. So I'm going to try and just shoot those down right at a little bit of an angle so it sinks into this piece without going through. Yeah, isn't that bad? Alright, so I'm just gonna sink these in the rest of the way. This is called a nail set. It's only a couple bucks, and it's used for finishing nails usually, where you can sink stuff into the wood, because we don't want this sticking out here. Alright, to fill this crack, I'm just gonna hit it with some spackling paste real quick. This is the kind you would just use like on a wall or something. So I'm gonna let that dry for a minute, and then I'm gonna smooth it out with the sandpaper. I'm gonna throw a little duct tape in here, just for a little bit more support. Alright, so now we just gotta paint the edges pink. Alright, so I got fluorescent pink. Now I only have to spray the edges because we're putting paper on the rest of it. Alright, paint around the edges is done. So now we gotta glue our cutouts. So I'm just gonna use some spray adhesive and coat the back really nice and then put these on here one at a time until we get to the end. Alright, so I gave you these extra hoverboards. These just go right on top, just to kind of cover up the crease and look a little better. Alright, top is done. Okay, so it's actually been a few days, and I'm noticing that the paper isn't really holding well to the wood with that spray adhesive, so I'm just spreading on some tacky glue, which is really similar to Elmer's glue, but it's less watery, so it won't cause the paper to wrinkle. So I'm spreading that on here. Alright, so for the magnetic discs on the bottom of the hoverboard, I found some plates that were pretty darn close to the right shape. I got these at the 99-cent store, so definitely look around for a container or a plate that matches the shape you want. What I like is that they're flat across the top and they kind of bevel down. You have to just kind of play around with it, but I can make them work. I'm just going to go ahead and cut off the rims. I'm going to use these foam sheets. Now these are only 99 cents and they come in a huge variety of colors, and make new rims out of the black foam. Alright, so I'm going to glue the edges of these black discs down right onto the board, but since it's just making contact with the paper at this point, I'm going to go ahead and staple them down too with the staple gun, so it's really hanging onto the wood. Those aren't going anywhere. Alright, so I'm starting with primer, just to help the spray paint stick to the plastic. Alright, so the edge is going to be black, so I'm going to spray that first. Then once it dries, I'll mask it off and spray the top silver. I just cut a circle out of some cardboard so I can just spray the top and really make it perfect. Alright, so the final step is a clear coat. This paint might flake off the plastic a little bit, but the clear coat will help. Alright, another thing that you can print out, there's a link in the description. I made templates for for some of these other pieces that are going to go on here. So it will act as a stencil so we can make our shapes. All right, so you want to do 2 of each of these pieces on the red foam. All right. This foam isn't super thick, it's a little on the thin side. For this middle piece, it's the purple one. So I found at the craft store one of these beer cozies. It's foam, and it's a little thicker, and it's purple. So I'm just going to cut this open and use the template to cut it to shape. That stuff was a little tougher to cut than I expected. It's really rubbery, but I mean, that's pretty good. That's our shape. Yeah. So I'm just drawing right on there with the Sharpie to get some of those details that I see in the photo. So this is all glued on. Now I'm going to use actual screws and just screw those right into the wood in all the right places. I'm going to need 10 of them. Make sure you don't go too far down. This is just foam, so you got to stop at just the right moment. For the purple one, since it's really squishy, I'm just using these little washers that I had. It's going to just help pull it down and make that shape. Alright, so that is it for the bottom. Now, time to flip it over. Alright, so for that top kind of foot plate looking thing, I'm going to see if I have something already that kind of is a disc or something I can cut that I can kind of paint and put some fabric on. Alright, so I think I'm going to go with this one. It's just the right size. All I got to do is just cut it all the way around, and it has kind of a jagged edge. So I think I'm just going to sand that down, make that a little bit. I already had some of this bright green spray paint, so I'm just going to use some of this. Alright, so for the top of this plate, I'm going to cut a strip of this green felt. So these are 33 cents a piece, found at the craft store. Looks like there's kind of a curve and then a stripe that goes down the middle, so do that. So I got one for the face of it, and then a pink one. I'll make a strap out of it. Alright, so I glued my felt into place, just attached both sides of the strap. Now I'm going to glue the whole thing, and that is the final piece. Time to test it out. Alright, that is our low-budget hoverboard. I spent about $33 on this entire thing. I've wanted a hoverboard since I was about 10 years old, so this is awesome. I hope you can follow along and use the printouts that I provided in the link. And let me know if you have any other questions in the comments. And also tell me what other props you want to see me make. I'll be taking your suggestions. So be sure to subscribe to the channel for more awesome content.
Are you trying to get your PED? If you're trying to get your PED, you better come on and why we in the ring? This is where we are 81. What? Rated PG-13.
He was just like what the fuck, man?
Is it too early to start celebrating Halloween? No, you're actually late.
And you just like making stuff from scratch and doing DIY projects, don't let that stop you. I'm going to show you some of my tips and tricks and some of my DIY techniques. So let's get started. Alright, so today we are making the Terminator arm. This is the T-800 endoskeleton arm from the Terminator movies. So I'm going to see if I can build this thing and maybe mount it in a cool way so it can be displayed. So this is going to look like it's made of metal, but I think I'll be making it out of wood, plastic, some miscellaneous junk, and then spray paint in silver at the end. So I'm going to need a lot of sticks and stick-like things. So I think I'm going to go to the hardware store and buy a few things that have a linear Before I attach this to the top of these, I'm going to drill a hole in the center to make room for some of the wiring. That's going to go for later on. Right, to make the hole a little bit wider, if you've only got drill bits, you can just keep using bigger ones. But these are pretty handy. They're stepped drill bits, and they kind of go bigger and bigger without having to change it out. Easy. So I want to make all the hand bones. This is 1/8 inch. This was 59 cents. But I'm going to use some of these too that I had, the prepackaged ones, because they're a little thicker. For the inside of the hand, I'm going to go ahead and just cut a bunch of similar length and then figure out how to attach them. For each one, I used the thicker rod and the thinner rod. Alright, so for the knuckles, I found these. They're called crossbar clips, and they were like $2. They were in the screen door section. I was just looking for something blocky and kind of square that I could attach to these rods that would just look like blocky knuckles. I'm going to curve each figure in a little further than the last one, so it'll be kind of like that. So I've got the first section of finger done. Now I just need to add the second set of knuckles and the last one, so it'll be kind of like that. So I've got the first section of finger done. Now I just need to add the second set of knuckles and then keep working my way up to the tips of the fingers and just keep gluing and gluing and gluing and hope that it all kind of stays together. The world's most fragile Terminator. Don't touch his hand. He'll shatter. Alright, so I'm realizing that the width of... Just keep gluing and gluing and gluing and hope that it all kind of stays together. The world's most fragile Terminator. Don't touch his hand. He'll shatter. Alright, so I'm realizing that the width of these knuckles is a little thin and wimpy, even compared to my small hand. If I put kind of some little nuts on either side of these, it'll look like the hinge, which is how their hands are. So I bought this whole pack. It's 100, and this is only $2.50 for the whole pack, so I can glue these all over the place. Oh no, now it's stuck. Alright, it's still not super thick, so I'm just adding in some more. These are a little bit bigger, just to broaden it a little bit more as spacers. And like these lines kind of have an outward shape. They spread out a little bit. One thing I've always noticed when I watch these movies is that the tips of the fingers look like cap nuts that have a little dough on the end. So I have one that's a little bigger. I'm going to use it for the thumb. But I picked up a pack of 4. This was like a little over $1. These are going to make really good fingertips. Robot fingertips. So these cap nuts that I bought are a little bit smaller on the inside so the dowel doesn't fit directly into them. So I just had to shave off a little bit of the end so that it'll fit and snap right in. Alright, I'm going to add some more details just to the top of these 3 rods. I have some leftover pieces of this tubing that I cut, so I'm just going to kind of slip that on there just to give it a little bit more texture before it gets to the wrist. Alright, so this is looking pretty good. Now, I am going to make an optional stand, so more on that. You need to kind of think ahead and attach the part of the stand that's going to go into this so it's nice and solid. So I bought this, it's a galvanized steel nipple, that's what it's called. So this is like a little miniature one. This is 1/8 inch. So this is about $2, but I think it's going to be worth it to make a heavy duty stand. Since this threading is kind of a special size, you can't just use any nut for it. You have to use the special ones that fit it. So this is a 1/8 inch lock nut that goes with this. So I got 2 of them because they're going to sandwich between this water bottle, one on the inside, one on the outside, so I can tighten them down like crazy, and then this will just be really, really solid. So I'm using the step drill bit again. Oh man, it barely fits between those pipes. Yeah, fits. It's an armsicle. Alright, so the last thing to finish up the arm is the connectors on the inside that control the fingers. So those are just going to be some wires that I'm just going to glue in there. So this is just a spool of wire. I had it left over. So any wire will do. I just figured it was kind of like the right width. So that's what I'm going to use. Alright, so on the kind of elbow section, it looks like almost 2 wheels. It's sort of a big hinge. So I got these at the 99-cent store, which is great because they came in a pair. I'm thinking I might just cut it right here, and that'll be my sort of like little wheel thing. There we go. Alright, so I'm not finding anything kind of solid or plastic that fits the shape I need. But I do have this foam, so even though it's kind of flimsy, I'm just going to cut it to the exact right shape, and then it will look really good once it's painted. Alright, I'm gonna fancy these up a little bit because they're a little boring. I'll just put some little tidbits on here and glue them on, and then I can attach all of this. There's sort of like one piece that sticks out like a little wing. I'll be scratching my back. Alright, this is ready for paint. I'll be scratching my back. Alright, this is ready for paint, but I am going to build my stand here real quick. This is totally optional. These are kind of the most expensive part of this whole build. I wanted to step up from this 1/8 inch rod to this heavy-duty flange. This is a 3/4 inch flange. You can buy these bushings, so I started with this one that fits on there. Then I got the next one up, which is going to fit on there, and then that whole thing fits into the flange. So that becomes the stand. It's really heavy-duty, looks kind of industrial, Cyberdyne-ish. That's the last thing. Now it's time for paint. That's it. Alright, that is my low-budget Terminator arm. I spent $30 on this entire thing, and that's including $16 for the stand, so if I hadn't made that, I would have spent about 14 or 15 bucks on the hand itself. So let me know if you have any other questions in the comments, and I'll try and help you out. And let me know what other props you want to see me try and make. I'll be taking your suggestions. Be sure to subscribe for more awesome content, and I'll see you here soon because...
Dustin Glee. Masters of duct tape, cardboard, and Dustin Glee. Claire Backs.
At a discount store, brand new.
I was just a big... Some mutants still believe that they'll dream of the X-Men, which leaves us. We'll change the world.
The Gifted returns on a new night this Tuesday on Fox.
That's right, kids, it's a T800 posable figure. Create all of your favorite poses. Action Pose, the superhero, Shakespeare, the pretty ballerina, the Zen master, the Karate Kid, Wanky. Order now.
Hello and welcome to Homemade How To, where we show you how to make props and costumes.
Dustin Glee, Claire Backs, and Benjamin.
1, 2, 3, and 4, and 5.
Masters of duct tape, cardboard.
Oh, what's up? I just wanted to thank Ben and Bianca for making me this sweet Deadpool suit. So I made him a drawing. That's Ben, that's Bianca, and that's me.
Ouchie.
Oop. And that's me. Oop. That's that, guys. Gotta go. Welcome to Homemade How To, where we show you guys how to make props and costumes you just stuff from around your house.
You guys have been demanding that we do Deadpool, so today we're going to show you how to make a homemade Deadpool suit.
That's right, but before we do that, we're going to actually share with you guys some fan-made artwork, props, and costumes that have been coming in from all over the globe. It's pretty awesome, so let's check it out.
First up, we've got a Batman vs. Superman poster by Julian Bell, and we've got an Avengers poster by Griffin Finnegan.
And then we have this amazing Batman mecha helmet from EJ Blanco from the Philippines. This thing looks legit.
It looks exactly like
It is so awesome. It is so awesome. The eyes light up and everything. Great job, EJ.
Justin Nopel from Pennsylvania made a pretty serious T800 figure.
Yeah, that looks pretty dangerous.
Douglas Silva from Brazil also made an amazing T800 figure.
I think his face actually looks more terrifying than ours.
Yeah.
And then a friend of ours on Instagram, Deltasaurus, he's starting to make his own Ant-Man suit. So we have pictures of his helmet here, which is looking pretty awesome.
Candy Fly has been following the show for quite a while.
I can.
He made the main costume as well as the Ectodot.
And now it's time for Superfan Ian Ball Tran from Vietnam.
He made the Proton hat, the Indie Idol,
Along with Indiana Jones's hat,
the Iron Man helmet,
turtle head.
the Tim Burton Batman cowl.
He also made the AT-AT from Star Wars, and these weren't actually anything we did for a how-to episode. He saw this in an actual homemade episode and made it on his own, which is pretty awesome. And then
1, 2, another one, stop and look at.
That's right, kids. It's a T800 posable figure. Create all of your favorite poses. Action pose, the superhero, Shakespeare, the pretty ballerina, the Zen master, the Karate Kid, planking. Order now.
They'll also made an amazing T800 figure.
I think his face actually looks more terrifying than ours. Yeah. And then a friend of ours on Instagram, Deltasaurus.
That's right, kids. It's a T800 posable figure. Create all of your favorite poses. Action pose, the superhero, Shakespeare, the pretty ballerina, the Zen master, the Karate Kid, planking. Order now.
Hello and welcome to Homemade How To, where we show you how to make props and costumes and stuff from around the house.
That's right, we're gearing up for Terminator Genesis homemade style. So we're going to show you guys how to make a posable T800 endoskeleton figure. It's going to be awesome.
So our first step is to make a sketch of the figure.
That's right, and we're going to make this about 7 inches.
Once we have the head figured out, your body is actually the equivalent of 7 heads.
Yeah, and then the shoulders are actually 1 head. The torso is about 2. The bottom of the rib cage is about where the elbows go. And then the hands come down. Because it, again, is a reference out of aluminum foil, and I know that doesn't make sense right now, but wait till we get to it, it'll make sense. But we'll just put that there for now.
For the shoulders, we've got a marker here, thin marker. So for the thigh, we've got some plastic clothespins.
And then for the biceps, we have 2 razors.
The chest piece, got another razor. This one's a little bit more fancy, and the shape of it is pretty awesome.
For the pelvis, we're going to be using a buckle cap.
And then this tube, I'm not sure what to call this stuff, but we've used it as like, it makes good, you know, tool
It also
stuff.
makes sense.
And so we're going to use that for a spine.
For the calves, we're going to use caps.
And we've got some bobby pins for the feet and the hands.
And then also at the 99-cent store, we found these LED clip lights that have really cool ball joints in them. So we're going to actually use one of these ball joints for the neck. That's everything. That looks pretty good, right?
Yeah,
so
we're done.
I think we're done.
All right,
All right. See ya.
All right. Not cool. Now let's go to the spine.
This is a small figure, 7.5 inches, so we're good. It is so awesome. The eyes light up, and it's
The Iron Man helmet.
turtle head.
The Tim Burton Batman cowl.
He also made the AT-AT from Star Wars, and these weren't actually anything we did for a how-to episode. He saw this in an actual homemade episode and made it on his own, which is pretty awesome. And then finally, we got this really cool fan mail from
Aro, Kara, Raku. From Finland.
That's right. Thank you guys for sending in all of your homemade props, costumes, and artwork and fan mail, and keep them coming because we always love to check them out. So keep making stuff.
So let's get started on this Deadpool costume. For the mask, we've got a piece of red fabric.
And you could use a t-shirt as well, or pillowcase or something like that. And then we got these plastic face masks. You can find these at the dollar store.
We also have a bit of white sheer fabric.
All right.
Alright, so Batman Month is in full swing, so we're skipping ahead to 1989 to
Tomorrow marks the 50th anniversary of the Batman TV series premiere, which is a boom bonus thing you didn't know right out of the gate. But we already did an episode on the Batman series with Adam West. And since we've also already dropped some knowledge bombs on you about the Nolan era Batman, we've decided to turn our focus to Tim Burton's Batman from 1989. So here are 7 things you didn't know about Batman. Bro. Batman works solo in the film, but it wasn't going to be that way earlier on in development. Robin was supposed to be in the movie too, originally. Ultimately, the story structure that they worked out simply didn't permit it, and director Tim Burton felt that it made more sense to have Batman working alone since Robin didn't appear until Detective Comics number 38 anyway. It was his way of capturing the mythology of the characters more authentically and accurately. But don't worry, the nerds still found other reasons to get pissed at him anyway. The 1989 Batman is a classic nowadays, so it's easy to forget that it was a high-stress, watershed moment for reviving the Batman franchise on screen. You must be joking. I love Batman too. It was a chance to embrace the more serious tone Batman had taken in Frank Miller's Dark Knight Returns from 1986 and finally break away from the campiness of the 1960s Batman.
Some days you just can't get rid of a bomb.
Well, for the most part, Batdance still happened. So we can just blame that on the 80s and move on. Anyway, the studio wasn't convinced that going the serious route was the right move at first. I bet you didn't know that there was talk of casting Bill Murray as Batman and Eddie Murphy as Robin. You know, when they were still going to have a Robin. Warner Brothers was discussing several different approaches to how they wanted to reboot the franchise. Luckily, they didn't decide to go the comedy route and made the wise decision to get Tim Burton on board.
I'm Batman.
For pretty much anyone born before 1990, Michael Keaton is Batman, not Christian Bale, and definitely not Ben Affleck. Not yet, anyway. Regardless, with hindsight being 2020, today Michael Keaton seems like a brilliant yet obvious choice for playing Batman. I mean, it defined his career to some extent, which, if you've seen Birdman, maybe wasn't super awesome for him. Getting back on topic, here's something you probably didn't know. When Tim Burton picked Michael Keaton for the role of Batman, it created a bit of an uproar. After all, Keaton had just done Beetlejuice with Burton, so he was seen as more a comedic actor at the time.
That means Beetlejuice.
You better twice just say what's more. Come on.
Ironically, if Beetlejuice hadn't been such a big hit, Warner Brothers probably wouldn't have greenlit Tim Burton to direct Batman. And even though he'd been working on Batman for a long time, the studio didn't really pull the trigger until Beetlejuice proved itself at the box office. But I'm getting sidetracked with boom up on this thing again. No, the studio feared that casting Michael Keaton as Batman would make it silly all over again, instead of resuscitating the property and taking it in a new direction. The only thing that got them to calm down and trust in Burton's decision was casting Jack Nicholson as the Joker.
You can't make an omelet without breaking some eggs.
Jack Nicholson brought street cred and weightiness to the film and submitted it as something that was not for the kids. Securing Nicholson was the final piece that helped complete the transition of Batman from a comic to a motion picture. Courtesy of Bob Kane, the Batman logo got a facelift for the film and its marketing campaign. Today, we can look at that emblem and know what it is immediately. These days, the Bat logo is so iconic that we just take it for granted. But that wasn't the case at the time. Upon first glance, for most people, it wasn't clear what they were looking at exactly. At first, some thought that they were looking at the inside of someone's throat or something, but then after a moment, they would get it. You know, kind of like those magic eye posters, which is a reference that's also for people born before 1990. Hey, you know what doesn't make more sense the longer you stare at it? Bat Dance. We've mentioned a few times that Batman came out in 1989, which means that there wasn't any internet, which means that there wasn't any way to leak the trailer or watch it on demand. Problem was, the trailer was in extremely high demand, so people hacked the problem 80s style, with cocaine. No, I'm just kidding. Well, actually, in a fair number of cases, I'm definitely not kidding. Regardless, the trailer was in such high demand that people were calling movie theaters just to find out what time trailers would be playing, not the movies, the trailers. They'd then buy tickets to a movie they didn't even care about, watch the Batman trailer, and then leave without seeing the movie they paid for. As if that weren't enough, anticipation for Batman was so high that people were stealing the posters from bus stops and train stations, and the marketing team had to keep sending out replacements. And it looks like I just sent out, boom, a bonus thing you didn't know, right up into your bus stop. Batman was shot at Pinewood Studios in England simply because the Warner Brothers lot didn't have the space. Pinewood had a huge backlot, which had a whole lot of nothing on it at the time, so it was the perfect place for them to build Gotham City. London had both the space and the production talent to make Batman possible. But it wasn't going to be cheap. Most people don't know that Batman was actually the biggest budget film in England's history at the time. It seems crazy low by today's standards, but it cost around $35 million. $35 million in 80s money is a whole lot of crumpets, or pints, or bangers, or English cocaine, whatever, I don't know. Last thing. Even with a huge budget, the production team still had to be smart with how they spent it, and that meant coming up with clever solutions for building the Batmobile. So the team used things that were already around and available whenever they could, rather than having all sorts of special parts custom made. For example, the Batmobile's gas cap is actually a petrol cap from a London bus. For the headlights, they just took them off of a Honda Civic and turned them upside down to create a more unique shape. There was one minor problem with that, though. Tim Burton said the lights were too white, and he wanted yellow ones instead. The solution? The team just painted them yellow. The Batmobile's exhaust was an adapted afterburner from a jet, and since it was round, they wanted the taillights to be round as well. But they weren't able to get the lights off of the Civic this time around. So they thought about car companies that had round lights and came up with Ferrari. They gave Ferrari a call, ordered a few lights, and they were able to put the finishing touches on the Batmobile. Stop. All right, hopefully you guys are now 7 things smarter about Batman.
All right, so Batman Month is in full swing, so we're skipping.
Let's get spray in the head.
What's up, everybody? Turn on your TV and tune in, because this morning I'm going to be on the Today Show. Wait, oh, actually, it's right now. I got to go. Come on and join me.
Oh, my goodness. Zach, this is a kid's shop. Here, don't you have a baby from a onesie?
Oh, please. No! No! No, wait! Oh, I'm going to be late. I'm coming! There's some clothes I don't put in the laundry just because, like this shirt. Leg out. Yellow. It's perfect. Oh! No! My phone! Dude, it's in your car? Yeah. All right, hit it. Okay, I've got a little summer hack for you. Please don't laugh. You're gonna get free stuff out of this if you try it. All right, so it looks ridiculous, but this is how you get a free pair of. Oh, I'm so sorry. Didn't mean to break your Instagram. It's kind of hard to see, but if you get it just right, you can. Works every time.
Answers all of your questions about documentation and research. And what edition will we be using, Bob? Is it right here on the board for you, Bob?
Oh, I won. opening Christmas presents the old-fashioned way. I like trying that. That just must be our present.
Wawa sourdough melts are melted to perfection. Savor our spicy Italian, spicy cheesesteak, and roasted chicken. Or customize your own. And introducing our new breakfast varieties, available every morning from 5 through 11 a.m. Gotta have a Wawa.
Let's get sprayed in the head. What up, everybody? It just does. That is one of that theory, and when you'll between.
Yeah, you scared me, you know.
Yeah, I know. Well, I just hit an axe on a stool, and the stool didn't. Throwing knife, and there's the next level. You need to film another banger, guys. For just how strong this stuff really is, we got a throwing knife, and there's grass on it. I was about to ask why there's grass on it, but I know. Ah! Well, that bounced right off. I thought it was gonna get stuck.
Yeah, you scared me, you know.
Yeah, I know. As you can see, throwing knives don't get stuck. Throwing knives, schmoring knives. I'm making fun of the knives. I couldn't find something that rhymed with throwing knives that was funny. Schmoring knives. Check this out. I just hit an axe on a stool, and the stool didn't break.
Is that the stool?
This is a stool. I know it doesn't look like a stool.
Oh my god.
Well, I know. You can tell the stool underneath.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Listen to it drop.
Oh,
Yeah. Okay. Well, if you guys want to see me do something with this stool, guys, is that you have no knee bend and you can't walk anywhere. So, we're not going to do pants. We're going to do shorts.
you might want to put your zipper up.
Ha! Okay?
But,
Jeez. And I scared you just like that. Hopefully your closet wouldn't be as small as this, because literally couldn't fit in there. But you guys get the idea?
Alright, so Batman month is in full swing, so we're skipping ahead to 1989 to do Tim Burton's Batman. We have special guest stars TJ Smith, Jimmy Tatro, and Mikey Bolt. So let's go. Alright, so Batman month is in full swing, so we're skipping ahead to 1989 to do Tim Burton's Batman. We have special guest stars TJ Smith, Jimmy Tatro, and Mikey Bolt. So let's go.
There ain't no Bat.
Yeah, you shouldn't have pulled a gun on that kid, man. You shouldn't have pulled a gun.
Hey, all you got is money. Shut up. Shut up. Don't kill me, man! Don't kill me! Don't kill me, man!
I'm not going to kill you. I want you to do me a favor. I want you to tell you. I want you. I'm not going.
Don't kill me! Don't kill me, man!
I'm not going to kill you. I want you to do me a favor. I want you to tell your friends about me.
What are you?
I'm Batman. Alright, well, thanks for watching our scene from Tim Burton's Batman.
There ain't no Bat.
Yeah, you shouldn't have pulled a gun on that kid, man. You shouldn't have pulled a gun on that
Hey,
kid.
all you got is money. Shut up. Shut up.
cents. Available in gluten-free varieties. I don't miss the gluten at all. I know. Real snacks for real life.
Okay, so it's Batman month. Last week we did 1966 Batman, and this week we're doing 1989 Batman.
Dying Light. Dying Light. Spider-Man. Injustice 2. Actually, Dying Light. Spider-Man. Friday the 13th. And this man. Maybe I said break his head. This man tried to piss me off to fucking. I don't only want to just be like, oh my god, so I can't even live my whole entire life without me to be. All I ever wanted was I have a freaking break. Forgive this stuff, yeah, I can't even have that. You try to piss me off until you leave me alone, and then all of a sudden when you're on that floor, yo, you want to start crying. You want to say I'm sorry. Well, guess what? You already had your chances. So. Goodbye, baby. You literally on that freaking floor, freaking crying. Your legs freaking busted and you can't even move your knees. You're paralyzed. Maybe you should have never did what you did. But you were being retarded. Dying life. Dying life. Yeah. Call of Duty.